by the water comes with its charms, but also its challenges. Almost 1/3 of the country lies below sea level, leaving many areas vulnerable to coastal storms and flooding. It's why some choose to live in a floating home, like this one. Built on a concrete platform that floats on the water surface and anchored by poles to the riverbed, the villa can rise and fall over 4 meters with the tide, while a breakwater stops waves from rocking the foundation. The architect behind this floating house and hundreds like it is Koen Althaus. He co-founded Waterstudio to build floating buildings in 2003.
All the other architects said, yeah, you're crazy. Why would you build on water? There's so much land. You're an architect.
But Althaus's relationship with water was complicated.
I've had a sailing accident when I was younger. And since then I have a lot of respect for the water. And I think that's also the reason why we try to build our floating buildings as safe and as strong as possible.
Fast forward almost 2 decades and hotels, gardens, even farms have moved onto Dutch waterways. Offices too, like the headquarters of the Global Center on Adaptation in Rotterdam. It's part of a growing movement to work with sea level rise, rather than against it, a strategy which the organization says will be crucial for communities on the front line of climate change.
The cost of flooding in coastal cities could even increase to $1 trillion. So at the same time that we need to lower our carbon footprint, we need to prepare ourselves for the future. So investing in climate adaptation, investing in floating constructs is not defeat, it's defense.
For architects like Althaus, business is booming. This mock-up might look like a game of Monopoly, but it represents Waterstudio's largest scale project to date, Althaus says. A floating city in the Maldives for 20,000 people, complete with solar-powered schools, shops, and a raft of energy-saving features.
We bring water from 7 kilometers away from 700 meters depth to the city, which is then very cold, and for that you can use it for the air conditioning.
Construction is underway near the nation's capital, in partnership with Dutch Docklands Maldives. And another floating city in South Korea, backed by the UN, is also in development. But the biggest challenges for floating cities are still to come, Althaus says.
It takes more than only the floating building itself. It takes also the regulatory framework. You have to have parties who want to insure it, who want to give a mortgage for it.
There are no shortage of people to live in floating cities, though. As the global population continues to grow, these kinds of projects could encourage cities to expand sustainably. And Althaus hopes have more respect for the water.